Perfect. Well, thank you so much. I'm from Star Navigation, and I'll be talking about our latest invention, the digital twin. It's a technology that is powering the aviation industry and digital transformation. Forward-looking statements, followed by myself. I'm Anoop Brar. I am the new interim CEO at Star Navigation, and I'm actually honored to be presenting at the 7th IIF. Today, I'll be presenting the digital twin, which is powering aviation digital transformation. So Star Navigation is actually a Canadian company that's publicly traded on the Canadian Stock Exchange, including the Frankfurt markets and the US under SNAVF. The main core values of Star Navigation are safety, innovation, and profitability. Star Navigation actually IPO'd about 2 decades ago, and we were the first ones to patent the world's first in-flight safety monitoring system. That was a hardware system that got installed on the aircraft that analyzed data in real time. So it was one-of-a-kind system that we're still using today. Our system, hardware and software, is FAA approved, it's Transport Canada approved, and we're also AS9100 certified. So it's a fully certifiable company with hardware system that's ready to be installed on the aircraft. So we just announced this morning about a new technology that the Star company has developed. It's called the Star Digital Twin. So we're patent pending. It's got the potential to truly revolutionize the aviation industry by providing benefits when it comes to optimizing efficiency, enhancing safety, sustainability, and offering cost-saving opportunities for operators. So what a digital twin really is, it's a virtual window into the aircraft operations. It enables operators, airlines, stakeholders, and maintenance teams to truly monitor and analyze different aspects of an aircraft while it's still flying, a technology that's not possible today. So the virtual representation truly facilitates decision-making. As a stakeholder who owns and operates aircraft, it gives them a big advantage when it comes to observing how the aircraft is operating in real time. The digital twin technology is estimated to be worth $2.5 billion, and it's got a cumulative average growth rate of about 38%. When you look at the top trends that a lot of these big companies are implementing, this technology is in the top 10, and we're really proud to be able to develop this and patent it. So the biggest headwinds that the aviation industry is currently facing is manual and post-flight data extraction. So when an aircraft takes off, lands, a lot of the data is manually extracted, or they have technology called the QAR that has a way of transmitting data from the aircraft to the ground, but everything is still post-flight. There is a perishable value to flight data. The longer it takes to analyze, the less valuable it becomes. So as you can see, there's a very delayed and reactive approach when it comes to making sure that the aviation industry is enhancing itself for safety, maintenance, and operations. There's such a big reliance on legacy systems by OEMs, such as the Boeings and the Airbuses, and there's a resistance to adopt these new technologies. Unplanned maintenance due to a lack of timely flight and engine data is probably one of the biggest cost factors for airplanes. There was just a new announcement of an airplane company in India that is going bankrupt due to the fact that unplanned maintenance of their engines is causing a loss of revenues, and now they're filing for bankruptcy. So the future is bright with Star Navigation, and that means real-time and automatic in-flight analysis. We transmit data while an aircraft is flying, and we help operators on the ground have a visualization of that data. It's a very proactive approach when it comes to maintenance, and a very proactive approach to safety, which is probably one of the most essential things in aviation. This adoption of digital twin, AI computing, and the connected aircraft technology is the new future. Actionable insights that can reduce costs, such as fuel cost, manual processes, streamlining it. That is the foundation of what Star Navigation is all about. So the future is digital. I worked in oil and gas myself, and we operated in 3D models, connected plants and refineries. that has been translated to engine manufacturing by GE, Rolls-Royce, and even smart cities. So when it comes to aviation, it's still a laggard when it comes to the connected system. So the frameworks of the digital twin that form the technological foundation of star navigation is edge computing. We have a hardware system that gets installed on the aircraft that captures and acquires data in real time. Machine learning algorithms analyze the data in real time, and we use that information to detect alerts, exceedances, any anomalies on the aircraft that can enhance safety and engine information. We use that to send data to the ground using Iridium satellites. Iridium is giving us a 99% global coverage. So that means basically, even if an aircraft is flying over oceanic flights, rural areas, there's always going to be connectivity from an aircraft to the ground. All of that information is compressed, it's encrypted so that the data size is small and it doesn't cost that much to transfer to the ground. Once it's on the ground, it goes to cloud servers where it gets stored, analyzed along with other information such as weather, flight planning, maintenance, and we use artificial intelligence and machine learning to bring all that information on an interactive user interface to provide visualizations and further actionable insights. The effectiveness of a digital twin all comes down to having accurate data and having a seamless connectivity with an aircraft. And that is basically the foundation of STAR's digital twin technology. So representing real-time data on a digital twin, it's consisted of three different ways. Two-dimensional, which means flight information, engine information on a map, geofencing information, the ability to send alerts and notification to SMS, to email directly when an aircraft is flying, having real-time flight information along with live weather overlays. That followed by building live trends and visualizations with dynamic dashboards reporting is a game changer for the industry. We can offer live engine and aircraft trends, data visualization, implement that with artificial intelligence analytics to provide actionable insights. And the key here being the fact that the data can be transferred automatically so that airlines can generate automatic end-of-flight reports. So we get rid of all the manual laborious process of extracting data and being able to analyze that. Three-dimensional, that's when an aircraft model can be moved around and we can click on different parts of the airplane to get real-time analysis and information of the aircraft system and data directly from the aircraft while it's still airborne. This gives the operators live virtual window into the aircraft systems. So data is the new gold. It's powered aviation digital transformation for a few years now. Some examples that we've seen in the industry where top tier one companies such as Lufthansa, GE, Singapore, Etihad, they're using data and analysis to help them with unscheduled maintenance, reduce fuel costs, reduce maintenance-related flight cancellation, get more insights into their engines. And one of the biggest cost factors, as I was mentioning earlier, is fuel and unplanned maintenance. So AOG, which means aircraft on ground. When something goes wrong with an aircraft, the aircraft cannot be flown, and that causes revenue losses. So that is one of the biggest hurdles that the aviation industry is looking to overcome. So STAR's innovative market value truly comes from its onboard computation. This hardware system that can compute and analyze flight data in real time is what gives us the competitive edge. This ability helps us to transform any airline and have an older aircraft or a newer aircraft to be comprehensively, seamlessly working together and build this new modern connected aircraft. The STAR system can be installed on any aircraft that has a digital bus. We can connect to the systems and be able to analyze the data and transmit all that information to the ground. This enhances the existing legacy systems by optimizing operations, fuel, flight planning, and being able to give them immediate access to flight data. Most importantly, that data gets owned and controlled by the operator so they can start running analytics on top of that to create additional actionable insights. So Star Navigation truly empowers our customers with data. Data that is so essential for cost savings, for increased efficiency, gives them more proactive decision making. It helps change their mindset to being more innovative and collaborative. Once you have all the data, more innovations can start on. It shifts the operator's mindset from living out of scarcity to more towards abundance and to thrive. And that's something that is very prominent in the industry right now. Improved safety by analyzing data flight while the data is being generated is something that is going to revolutionize the aviation industry and enhance safety. Our market penetration strategy kind of boils down to educating through marketing, through awareness. And I am actually in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia currently, just came back from a AFRA convention in Ethiopia, where we were showcasing the STAR technology. And I'm overwhelmed by the feedback that I'm getting and the fact that this technology, it could be such a game changer for the African nation, if not the aviation industry itself. Pricing has been such a barrier, particularly after the aviation industry was so hardly hit after COVID. So we are looking at ways of removing those barriers to cost by developing leasing strategies, by even pivoting more towards a SaaS pricing model, which helps lower the upfront cost for the operators. And through innovation. STAR's main core value is innovation, and we're going to keep innovating newer technology. Innovation is the key to growth, and by leveraging new technologies such as AI, data analytics, STAR will continue to provide actionable insights to customers. Our biggest strategy right now is market penetration and to be able to acquire as much industry flight data that we can use for benchmarking and creating future AI innovations for the industry. Our business model, as I outlined, pretty straightforward. We have hardware system that is sold or could be leased, and that's got multiple pros to it. By leasing it, it gives us a monthly reoccurring cash flow, which makes it very predictable. We can allow getting grants and debt from the EDC. It adds asset value to our balance sheets, and there's a lot more higher margins when it comes to leasing. Subscription, on the other hand, is a game changer. In the last few years, we've seen how subscriptions played a key role in sustainability of revenues, and having monthly revenue coming in is going to be very critical and essential for STAR Navigation for the next years of development and growth. Much more higher margins on SaaS. And one thing that I love most about SaaS, it incentivizes us to innovate, to come up with additional revenue models that can generate more innovation, more cash flow for the company. So this is basically a nutshell of how our business model is. For the past few years, we've been digitally transforming our customers. Alathir has been operating for an Airbus A310 since 2018. This is the King of Saudi Arabia. We have new announcements with Astral Aviation. We are filing for STCs, which basically gives us certifications to install on the Boeing 757 and the 767. We're looking to get about 7 to 9 aircrafts for that. In addition, Al Mazria is an Airbus A320. Golden Falcon out of Libya has an ATR 72. So as you can tell, we have a wide range of aircraft types and OEMs that we can tag into. The market size is substantial. We have different STCs, and we have such a core group of engineers that are so capable of developing these supplement type certificates in-house and getting approval from Transport Canada and FAA. Boeing 737 STCs and the Airbus A320s are basically the working horses. There are over 30,000 aircraft that are currently operating. And that's a big market for STAR. And we actually look forward to capturing some of that in the coming years. STAR Navigation has enough funds. We were able to exercise warrants. We have enough funds to take us for about 12 to 15 months. The funds that we have are going to be used for marketing, for awareness through aviation conferences, air shows. And we've actually successfully proven that these aviation conferences, particularly in the African region, have been very successful and to create market awareness. I'm traveling in the Middle East right now, and I have been attending a few meetings today, and having that face-to-face meeting is a game changer. And I think that's what is very important for STAR Navigation, to use the funds that we have to market and create awareness. On top of that, we have been getting orders, so we will be procuring and manufacturing our hardware systems to fulfill those orders. We have operating and working capital requirements. And most importantly, we have enough funds to continue innovation and technology development. We will continue using our existing data to develop further in terms of data analytics, machine learning, further work on the SaaS models to create that additional revenues and make the STAR system more enticing for the aviation industry. The LabSat project is a very exciting project that the shareholders have been keeping their eyes on. It basically is tracking land and marine equipment. So besides aviation, we have the in-house capabilities of tracking land, marine, railway, sea containers. And this is a project that we received an LOE and an LOI for last November. And it is a project that we're looking forward to closing. There have been some kind of political hurdles that Kenya and the LabSat project are currently facing. Nonetheless, we are very close in terms of having conversations and making sure that we end up getting the LabSat project. So to sum it all up, why invest in STAR? Well, STAR is going to be a game-changing technology through the lucrative SaaS model that's going to give us continuous monthly revenue. We are looking to provide our shareholders with predictable cash flow and a revenue model that can create true value for the STAR navigation product. STAR can generate additional revenues by leveraging artificial intelligence, fuel savings, predictive maintenance. There's so many new technologies that are out there that can actually enhance the aviation industry. The market size for STAR is well beyond 10,000 aircraft globally. And that's just the Airbus A320s and the Boeing 737, also called the workhorses of the aviation industry. We have patent pending technology. The digital twin technology is going to be a game changer. The fact that we have in-flight analysis on our edge computer, coupled with the connected aircraft, data analytics, forms the basis of our digital twin technology. And according to researchers markets, it's worth almost $2.5 billion, and it's constantly growing. Our engineering is phenomenal, and our technological positioning is great. With high barriers to entrance, STAR is able to now position itself on global markets as the next innovative company. I just came from AFRA, where I did a masterclass on the digital twin technology, and we had a lot of engineers, MROs, sitting in my class, and they were just blown away by the fact that we can now get live data from a flight, from an aircraft that's airborne, onto the ground, onto their laptops, onto their. That's really a game-changing technology. We have proven that on the VVIP jet, the Airbus A310 for the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, and being certified AS91 and having our own in-house design engineering approved by Transport Canada and FAA. That is basically the foundation of STAR that will take STAR Navigation as a new growth company. So with that, I reached the end.
Yes, thank you very much. We have quite some time left for questions. So far, there are none in the chat, but I have many. So I think the first question that comes to mind is, if your technology is so great, why don't the big players like Airbus and Boeing are not coming up with such a solution?
So good question. There was a new announcement made by Bombardier called the SmartLink, which basically takes GE information and using ground-based radar systems to send all that data to the ground. So we know that the technology is required. There's big OEMs who are actually constantly spending money on research and developments to do what we are trying to do. And the fact that we can now take older aircrafts and modernize this, that's what makes us truly innovative in what we do. When it comes to Airbus and Boeing, there's such a big reliance on those legacy systems that STAR has been struggling a little bit to break through and showcase that we are a system that can truly enhance and be overlapped with those existing technologies. Coming from the masterclass in Ethiopia, I can tell you that there was a lot of competitors who were sitting in our masterclass as well, who were truly blown away by the technology and by the fact that what STAR is able to do. And they can do that with newer technologies where data is readily available and by sending it to the ground using ground-based radar system. But by able to analyze all that data in flight and transmit that through satellites where there's 99% global coverage, that is something that has their eyes peeled on us as well.
And can your technology be installed in any aircraft? What are the limitations?
The only limitations are if it has analog systems. Now, even with analog data buses, we have the ability to have DFDAUs, which are digital units that take analog signals and turn it digital, where we can tap into using the STAR ISMX box, analyze that data in flight, and then transmit to the ground.
Okay. And are you actively seeking like partnerships or collaboration to establish within the aviation industry to support your company, or you try to go your own way?
No, absolutely. I think partnerships are key. We just signed a reseller agreement with APS, Aeroplane Sciences, which is a big company that does flight analysis, safety analysis for big companies like Ethiopian Airlines. We're partnered with them where they use data from the STAR systems in real time to generate those flight data monitoring systems. We're looking at other partnerships as well with other avionics systems. We're looking at partnerships with airlines as well. I am going to go to France next week, where I'll be talking to a particular OEM about further collaborations, about having our system part of their new releases and aircrafts. Also talking to OEMs about modernizing their older fleets as well, bringing them to the new generation of digital twin connectivity. So there has been a lot of interest, and partnerships is going to be the key for STAR Navigation to move forward in this industry.
And you already talked about certification. Are there still any regulatory challenges, or is it fully approved, or do you still need some certification?
No, so we actually do have in-house engineering. Every time there's an aircraft that has our system that's installed, we have to poke holes in the belly and the top of the aircraft to put our antennas to be able to transmit that data. So our system is a level E, which means we don't interfere with the existing avionics of an aircraft. All we're doing is taking data, being able to analyze that and send that through satellites to the ground. So that's one of the reasons why we're able to get supplement type certificates, STCs, not only from Transport Canada, but from EASA, which is the European Space Agency, as well as the FAA in the United States.
And then there is a question from the chat. With LabSat being such a big opportunity, plus being seemingly imminent, can you elaborate on the STAR's proposed position on that project? So
we have a letter of interest from the Kenyan government, as well as from the CEO of LabSat. There have been some political turmoils in Kenya that everybody's aware of in terms of protests, money. And so we are trying to get over the hurdles and have those communications with the government to see if we can close this deal quicker. There is huge potential, huge benefits for the Kenyan government itself when it comes to monitoring all of the marine trains, land vehicles, because it helps with them with the entire supply chain. And it helps with national security. So there's a lot of benefits that they see in monitoring as well. It's all about getting this project to the finish line. We're still having discussions with them, and we're looking forward to perhaps in the summertime giving everybody an update on the LabSat project.
Okay. And how many aircrafts are actually using your technology right now?
So there's 3 installed right now, the primary being the King of Saudi Arabia. And then we have installations that are happening on Astro in the summertime. We're waiting for STCs, so that'll be 9 more units. And we got Golden Falcons that we're looking at installing in June. So we had a contract that was signed, that was announced last year through Swiss Aviation Group, and we're looking forward to doing the installs. With ATR, that will be another game changer, because that's a particular OEM that we're talking to that's very interested in us to install our systems as one of their legacy systems and use that to enhance the longevity of their older fleet. So that's going to be pretty big news for us.
So the install base is still quite low. Why is that so? I mean, the technology sounds great. Why wasn't your company already a big success?
Yeah, there's many factors to that too. One of them being COVID for the last 3 years has taken a dramatic effect. One of the biggest industries that's taken a big toll has been the aviation industry. And then there's this very reactive mode in aviation where I'm sure a lot of the investors know as well, if there's ever an incident in the aviation industry, we look for the black box. We might have heard about it in the news where the operators are looking for the black box. What that means is data stored on that unit. It's pulled, sent to officials in the United States or Europe, then the analysis get done after. So as you can tell, there's such a reactive, slow approach when it comes to safety enhancements. And with our system, it's very disruptive. It's going to be revolutionizing the industry. It's all about building that traction. And now, coming out of post-COVID, we are building that traction. And it's all about spending our money in the most effective way when it comes to marketing and awareness. We've attended enough conferences in Africa where Africa truly really knows what the STAR technology is all about. One of their biggest primary themes at these conferences is safety. And when it comes to real-time in-flight analysis and generating events and safety reports, STAR Navigation is definitely a name that they consider. It's all about, once we start building that traction, we will be definitely a growth story.
So basically, you're on the edge of success.
Absolutely, yes.
Okay.
And I personally was at the AFRA just a few days ago, and I've seen the tendency for adoption of this technology. Of course, there's going to be these engineers who love to get this data, who love to get this technology. And then it all comes down to the CFO when they look at the cost and price and why do we really need it right now? So it's all about breaking those barriers. And that's why the education, the marketing is so critical at this point. And STAR is going to make sure that we continue to do that.
And what's your current financial situation? Do you plan to do a capital increase, or are you fully funded?
We're fully funded right now. We have enough money to spend on marketing, getting our units, continuing innovation. So we are good for now.
Okay. And do you plan to increase the people in your company? So what are the next steps you're taking to build a strong team with experts and the expertise necessary to build a successful high technology company in the aviation field?
Yes, absolutely. We're continuing to grow. In the past few months, we've announced we've hired new consultants from abroad who are from the industry. We've hired new investor relations. We are working on marketing. We're spending a lot of money on the marketing side as well. Not only that, but we're looking to further innovate when it comes to the artificial intelligence actionable insights. We are looking at further product development. We are now implementing the digital twin, which will require a lot of resources when it comes to implementing this, generating the buzz and the market awareness. So all of those require a lot of resources, and definitely with the funds that we have, we are looking to bring more help on board to take this company to the next level.
Okay, so we have time left for one last question. I think you started the presentation that you said that you're the interim CEO. What's the story behind that? And will you stay as a CEO? What's the story?
Yes, so the company has been through a few management changes. We had the ex-CEO who was the investigative lead for MH370, the Malaysia aircraft that had gone down. So he came on board, but due to health reasons, he had to step down. Even despite that, I was a part of the board of directors and I was assisting on the management side. Unfortunately, he had to step down March 6th, and that's when I took on the reins. And with my experiences, I'm trying to bring forward a change in the company when it comes to market awareness, packaging the existing technologies that we have, and starting to aggressively work on the marketing and awareness for STAR. What's my future goal? Definitely see this being a big turnaround growth story. And I really am honored to be leading this and look forward to having investors come on board, bring in bring in new eyes to this company and see us grow. And so that is basically the future outlook.
Okay, thank you very much. Quite exciting. Yes, I hope to see you next time again. Great presentation.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Goodbye.